Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and got a lot of very cool creations to look at again today. Quite a variety of creations, which is really cool to see. So the very first creation here today is the Rf4 Onager Mobile Base by Spanj. If I got that name right, it's Onager. Really cool looking, large like fleet carrier, obviously mobile base type of ship here. Definitely like that. So you got a very large landing deck, or yeah, flight deck, or whatever you want to call it, on the top of it. Looks like you can certainly park some decent sized CVs and things up there, which I'm sure it was designed for. And also you got a very large hangar going on through here. Looks like it's a pass-through hangar too, which I happen to like. I do like not having to turn around in a hangar if the ship design allows for such a thing. And this one does, which is really cool. Looks like we got some side hangar doors over here as well. Let me go along the side of the ship here. Oh, interesting color setup here. I like that. Oh, look at all that armored or that heavy glass in here. Kind of reminds me like you're looking at like the side of a cruise ship or something over here. All the windows. That looks neat, and you can see all the different stuff going on in the ship behind the windows as well. A nice color accent going on the side here, where most of it's kind of using different shades of gray and things like that, but got to get that flare in there with the color, which I think looks really cool. I like the stripes over here too. Kind of makes it all kind of fit together there. And on the back side here, oh wow, yeah, we definitely got some pretty serious forward thrust on here, which I could definitely see it would be needed for a ship like this if it's going to be carrying around a lot of other ships and probably cargo and everything else under the sun. It's definitely going to need some good thrust power, and it does look like it has that. So all the thrusters on here look like they're all the XL or drive thrusters, or the biggest ones, which is really cool. Even the down thrusters are. So, and they're also set up so this would probably be pretty optimal with its movement with where the thruster placements are, having like a drive thruster way over here and then way in back. That separation between the two is going to give you more, like in this case, probably yaw stats and things like that. And same thing going on with the thrusters in other locations, like the down thrusters over here. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I like this front end too. This is interesting. It kind of reminds me of like if you had some big tires up here. These kind of look like fenders for like or something like that. So really cool. Yeah, and then we got quite a bit of reverse thrust going on here in here too. And then of course this angled front end here with the fancy glass going on there. Looks like we got some kind of I don't know, restaurant or club or gathering place of some origin in there. We'll check that out in a little bit here. Just zoom around again. Take a look at this controller setup here. Or the yeah, okay, so yeah, this is where you would pilot the ship at. It looks like, or at least one location. Yeah, very cool. It looks again, it looks really practical. It's a pretty large carrier. Mobile-based carrier. Kind of we'll have to see what it has for production or farming or any of that as well. I would assume by the name it probably does have that kind of thing in it, being the mobile base. Anyway, let's say here I'm going to adjust the lighting a little bit. Let's get aboard, see what's going on the interior here. Try to find somewhere that kind of works for the lighting. Oh, this is looking really cool already. Oh yeah, I like this layout. Oh, that's so cool with the upper landing pads as well, where they're all kind of like different bays in there. Oh, they're all numbered too. Look at that. So we're like bay number 22 over here. That's a lot of bays. Wow. Oh, very cool. Okay, yeah, it's a lot. Wow. Where do these doors go? Oh, like little access doors in between the bays. Oh, we do have a elevator going up to another deck above, probably the upper level bays. I'll float up there in a minute. All right, so In this area, I'm just gonna God mode it because it's gigantic here. But I'll try to walk around other areas of the ship, not in God mode. I know a lot of people like to see it, how you would see it in game, and I don't blame you. It's just I hate to spend the time to walk this far across a ship like this. In actual game, if I had a ship like this too, I'd always have my jetpack on, probably flying around, just because it would be quicker. Oh, what is this? Okay, so this is getting into these side hangar areas over here. This is a quarantine hangar. Decontamination. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Alright, so this is kind of designed to, I don't know, deal with some things where you might have to quarantine whole ships that are coming in. That's a pretty interesting setup there. I like that, though. So quarantine hangar B over here. I like all the little subtle details, too, like this kind of like crane or something that goes across the top here. It definitely looks like this would like swing out, maybe pick up cargo or, you know, diseased people or something. I just said that because of, you know, the whole quarantine thing. I don't know. Maybe like nasty materials that you can't touch by hand. So you would quarantine that coming in. So this bay over here is pretty interesting. It's got it's got like a it kind of reminds me of going in like a oil change place here. So it's got like this lift ramp, so the you know, mechanics or whatever can get underneath it and work on the bottom side. Maybe change out the muffler or something. That's really cool. Then yeah, this one also has a couple constructors and a deconstructor in it. Cargo box over there, and obviously, yeah, we do have these elevators up to the upper level here in a lot of places. All right, so here I'm gonna you know, I'll get out of God mode now. And let's take one of these elevators upstairs. There we are. Look at all the stuff up top here too. Yeah, this thing, man, you could carry just a lot of SVs, HVs, small CVs in this hangar. Plus, of course, then you got the whole big flight deck up top for the really big stuff. Yeah, really cool. There's all kinds of stuff going on behind here too. I think it's oh, look at that. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's interesting. So this is like a half block with hallway over here. I don't think I've seen that. It works. It works. I never thought of even doing something like that though. Um, yeah, that's cool. So we got all kinds of rooms over here. So I would imagine they are crew rooms. And it certainly looks like they are over in this location at least. A whole bunch of crew rooms. You got all the facilities in there. Got to have your TV. And got kind of a hallway going through the central area of it. Let me just keep on buzzing up this way. Check out, see if we could just got yeah, again, a lot of rooms. Again, kind of again like a cruise ship over here. It really is. So yeah, all Spanj and you know, 50 of his closest Empyrion friends could all use this one ship here. They would all have their own room and hangar bay. And well, I said 50. I think it was only 22 hangar bays. So 22 of his closest friends. So very cool. Oh yeah, and then yeah, this area here switches up a lot. So we got a looks like a full-blown medical bay right over in this section here. Really cool the way this was done with the bookshelf pieces. There like that adds a lot of detail. And look at the curtain thingies going on over here. I wonder what's behind there. I don't think those would open. Ah, look at this. Yeah, like a medical bay, I would say. Yeah, with all the bedding and stuff in it. Then we got the curtains you would pull. You could open those. Well, in a hospital, that is, you could open those for more viewing pleasure or keep them closed. That's a really cool idea, though. I like that. And wow, we're just getting around here. So we got kind of a waiting area over here. And that gets, okay, so we're back into, here, I'll walk that a little bit. Let's go around the front side, this deck here, if we can. I guess we can. Oh, yeah, we can. Look at this. Oh. Wow. Double big, nice staircases all rounded off. A little security going on over here. So I'm probably just right down to hangar level here. I was trying to get up to that. I know there's at the front of the ship there is, yeah, this place. That's what I was looking for. So the Aspect Bar and Restaurant. Nice. I like the color differences in here. Cool looking lighting. Interesting. Yeah, some extra little like lighting in the ceiling and whatnot. And you can kind of see some of these big antennas off to the side. That is cool. And like the tile floor in here. Just kind of looking for the bartender. Oh yeah, obviously he's gonna be right back in the middle, maybe. Probably down in the sides over here. Oh, look at that. We got some like fridges or different looks like cooling devices or microwaves or something back over there. Yeah, very cool. Got these guys probably gonna get in a fist fight here pretty soon. I'm looking for like escalators, like you would see in a mall or something, because I think it would be very, very fitting. That's kind of the impression I got. It's like, yeah, can we get the devs to add escalators in here? That would be a neat option for this. No, very, very cool. I like it. What do we got over in the side? Oh, this is the way I came. All right, so let me get back in the hangar here. Well, or the this part of the ship. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to God mode just to save a little time. Just go right down over here, and walk these upper hangar bays here. Looks like we got some storage kind of built into the areas as well. Number 3. Yeah, it's kind of neat how they kind of interlink too, where you can kind of go through the door, take an elevator down some of these, or walk to the next hangar bay over, kind of all the way down the ship here. And all right, let's take this staircase here. See where this goes. Ah, okay. Looks like we're getting into some engineering areas here. I gotta have all the technical pipes and everything going on. Another big staircase here. We got a computer core. Oh, I like how that's done with the red texture lights on the side there. Nice LCD label coming into here as well. Oh, that looks yeah, that looks like certainly looks like a control center here. And then I assume we would stick our quantum and auxiliary cores in this room. Oh, interesting. Using the ventilators there as kind of a decorative block. Well, got to keep all those cores cool. Would make sense if it was like a server room too, and like a company that, you know, those get hot. You got to keep those cool. So that's kind of what I get the impression on what all that's for, is a cooling system. And it looks like we've got, I would say, a Core 9 setup installed in here right now. We'll look at the specs in a little bit here, but yeah, very cool. And then we also got a main core right over here as well. That's kind of a cool display with that as well, kind of using the main core as a pipe center area. Yeah, very cool. Nice texturing throughout too. I mean, different flooring textures and texture lights and just stuff to mix it up all over the place. So you got always something to look at, which is really, really cool. So let's head over this way. Okay, I'll go up here. It looks like this would be the actual engineering area. So we were just on the outskirts of it there. And of course we got our generators. It's odd that that one's not spinning. There must be some controls in here. I wouldn't doubt it, to do some power management and things like that. Because obviously the ship has power right now, but these might be like some auxiliary generators or something like that. Or it's just a game glitch. I don't know. It's hard to say right now. What do we got here? What is that? Is that the Pentaxa tank? From, yeah, I bet you it is. And there's our warp drive. Yeah, it's laid out like you would kind of expect in an engineering room as well. Yeah, these generators over here aren't spinning either, which is, it's kind of weird. Why aren't they spinning? I thought if the ship was on, the generators would be spinning. You know, hold on, let me look at this generator and see if it's, yeah, it says it's active too. So that must be a game thing. Maybe they just, got a little bug in there where it's not spinning the generators now. So yeah, it definitely looks like we're running 4 of the big generators in here. I didn't see, at least so far, any places for like fusion reactors or that degree of part. Now this is a reforged Eden creation, so all the specs should be aligned to that. But it probably won't need all that stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. We got some shield parts in here. That's a pretty interesting setup. I like that. These are spinning. So yeah, that looks really neat. I like how that curved cutout there is for seeing that certain side of the shield pieces there. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, all this stuff is spinning. There's our shield up in there. That's cool. Nice display for that as well. Look at all this hallway stuff going on in here. And we got some small shield parts in there, obviously some medium shield parts. And looks like we got our engineer. I thought he was holding like a game controller. I was looking for like a, I don't know, a Xbox or something over on the side, PlayStation or something. But yeah, more crew area here, or yep, probably for the captain or first officers. Yeah, quite a large ship. I mean, it's honestly, it kind of reminds me. I mean, it is a massive like carrier style ship with all the rooms and the places and it's like production. One thing I haven't seen yet, and maybe it's in here, is any kind of farm. I thought it might have a farm because of its well size and also saying that it's a like a mobile base. So I thought a farm would be a normal thing in a mobile base. There's more to this ship though, so I'm just been kind of like walking around the hangar area and engineering so far. Let's try to make our way up to the control deck on here. I'm not sure exactly how I get there though. We're getting upwards, so this has got to be the right, yeah, this got to be the right path. Ah, there we are. There we are. Knew it would have some farms. Okay, so yeah, we got it. Looks like 18 grow plots over to that side. I doubt we have that on the, oh, there is not another other side over here. Okay, so this is the asymmetrical like control tower to the creation here. And it does have reduction in here too. It's kind of convenient actually because you'd probably be operating out of this part of the ship most of the time, except for docking other creations in it. So it looks like you've got all your like utility function and farming and production and all that stuff like probably right below the where the bridge would be. Oh, actually, there's another level in here too with a secondary medical bay, and yeah, another place like another kitchen area over here. We got our fridge and food processor and all that stuff. And we got another stairway that's going to go out to the flight deck, or actually one level above there, a little balcony. And then finally up to the bridge here. That's a cool view. I always like to see that, when you're flying something like this around, you can kind of overlook over the front of the ship. It's really cool when it's asymmetrically done like this as well. And yeah, carriers or this kind of ship doing the control tower asymmetrically is a good idea because that is going to give you a lot of extra space in the center. Some of the carriers I made before would have a centralized like control tower area, and that kind of splits up the larger landing deck into 2 areas, which then you can't park as large of creations on it, which kind of defeats itself a little bit there. But yeah, very, very cool. I think I've walked through most of this right now. Obviously, with a lot of these large creations, I'm probably missing stuff somewhere. But let's take a look at some numbers here and see what's going on with this. Again, it looks really, really useful for in-game ship, doing all the carrier functionality. And man, you can move a lot of equipment with this, or a lot of other creations. Alright, so to start with here, we are unlock level 25, also size class 25. I think I got the thrusters off. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things off here. Let's turn this stuff on so we can look at the actual stats here. Oh, I bet you I know why they're off too, because I believe this is going to need more CPU before you can get going with it. So anyway, we're doing 51 forward, 17 strafing, 34 lift, 34 reverse, 34 down. Got quite a lot of fuel tanks, 49 fuel tanks, 29 oxygen tanks, 7 minigun turrets, 6 retractable sentry guns, and a detector. Some of these parts in here kind of make it look like it's could work with vanilla as well. I know it is deemed as Reforged Eden. Well, you know, honestly, the shield parts and stuff like that would not work then. So it's not doing the long range radar, but it is doing a detector. So we got a 33-hour and 5-minute build time. It is using some Estrum and Zacosium. CPU wise, yeah, I figured this. Okay, so we got our Core 9 set up in here stock. It's going to need some additional CPU through any means you can do that with auxiliary or quantum cores or other things in the game, which is really cool. Yeah, a ship like this with a shield and everything would need that. Speaking of that, our stock shield on here is a little over 30,000, which is pretty nice. We do have quite a few P menu options. Turn on some of this stuff here. Cruise mode. I construct is very average. Can overtax this thing, or we'll turn everything on. Oh, that's interesting. Some of these are linked over here as well. So it's weird. Yeah, we got constructors here, but that actually activates it on this side, also called constructors. Interesting. All right. Well, what kind of storage do you have in here? Did see a number of storage things coming through here. Oh, wait a minute. The name. This is the right creation, right? Yeah, I don't see. It's like it's got a different name over here. If I'm looking at the, yeah, these are all different creations around, but I believe it's this. So that doesn't really match the name, the Rf4 Onager mobile base. So maybe this is, I'm not sure, but I believe this is the correct creation here. So we've got a lot of, yeah, very cool layout here with all this. Nice color coded. I like this A and B and C setup in here that keeps these all in order on how the author wants to see it displayed, which is really cool. Because other than that, it's really hard to find a lot of this. We got a lot of snooze tables in here. I just had to throw that in there. All right, so we got some ammo boxes here. A couple, well, I wouldn't call them boxes, but controllers. We got a 200K and a 320K. And a 640K for fuel and O2. Got an input at 640K. Okay, food, that would make sense to be like a fridge. Meds, trade 1, another 640. Trade 2, 640. Block, 640. Loot 1 and 2, 640s. Yeah, it's got a lot of storage, a lot of big storage bays. Okay, ingredients, that would be more of like a fridge again. Small arms, ore processing, probably big too. Yep, 640. 632 on that one. Cold store. I don't know. I'm not even sure what some of these. Well, cold store. Oh, it's really nice how it's all labeled too, and look at all the different colors in there. We got CV ammo. Wow, just to carry around CV ammo, 640K controller in there for that. So yeah, it certainly has a lot of storage room in here as well. So which would be, you know, again, really ideal for a mobile base, kind of like what this is set up to be. Mobile base carrier kind of creation. Really cool. Other little things too. We do have our repair bay here. I almost didn't see that with a glary light over the top. Yeah, very cool. I wonder where the repair console is. I wouldn't doubt if it's in one of the maybe this room over here. Warning, check EVA. Nice. Well, anyway, I'm sure it's around here somewhere, but that definitely, yeah, definitely looks like it's going to do everything you'd want it to. And where that repair bay actually is a convenient spot. It's not in the center. You can kind of park larger creations over it, maybe not block the whole flight deck when you do it, or of course you can repair smaller creations as well. But yeah, very, very nice. Again, this is the Rf4 Onager Mobile Base by Spanj. Very, very cool. Alright, so next creation here, next couple creations, a little bit smaller here. So this one here is, I haven't seen a lot of tanks lately, so I'm excited to take a look at this one. This is the Gladiator Reforged Eden by Ente. And this looks like a really cool looking tank here. Definitely a really interesting design over here, because we got kind of this asymmetrical layout where we got a cockpit and then the turrets offset a little bit different guns on that side versus this side as well. And then we got a radar here. I definitely like that. That is a cool feature. As in the tank, it kind of looks like it's really set up to be a good functional tank here. We got, we don't have any like thrusters right at the front of it, which is a great idea for a tank. I mean, if you can push them backwards and you can armor up the front of the tank, it's a really nice idea, especially something like this. It's got a lot of fixed weapons on it, so you'd generally be wanting to be aiming at your target. So you definitely want that front end to be able to take some good hits there if your shield goes down. But then we also have some other turrets around the area to cover the sides from some ground troops or other targets in the area, drones, things like that. You can see our strafing thrust is kind of put back in under here, really hard to hit if you were the AI. And our reverse thrust is actually pushed back over to that location. So yeah, the AI is obviously probably going to target this area of the tank mostly, and it looks like it's trying to keep all the thrusters and stuff out of that area, generally speaking. So it's a good layout. Our forward thrust back over there. We got a does have an interior as well. Probably a good idea using one of these armored cockpits like it is too. They do have a lot of hit points. If you wanted to operate this in first person, it's a nice way to do it, especially because it's pushed back into the tank too. It's not right up at the front of the tank, which is probably a bad idea. So this is a nice way to do that if you want to have a first person view on one of these, which is it might also have another cockpit in there. I haven't been inside yet, but it's a good way to pull it off. I love all the details too. I mean, if you look at the block work, this little, like the thin block work kind of going over the edge of the gun over here, different color shade and things like that. That looks really cool. There's some different shades of kind of the olive green in here as well. And then this darker tone in there. So really cool color scheme, especially for a tank. Keeping it kind of in the green looks there. And this is neat too. It kind of looks like there's some big thrusters back here or something like that. And who knows, maybe it's an upgrade slot. Maybe. Could be. The RE thrusters, are some larger ones for HVs, like this over here. Way more powerful than the small thrusters that are, I think, only allowed in the vanilla game. So you can get these things moving a little bit better with larger thrusters, which is definitely a good idea. Alright, so here I'm going to get out of God mode here, and let's go take a look on the inside. Actually, I want to adjust the lighting too. I don't know where I'm at. Is it dark? No, it's broad daylight. There we go. Oh, this looks nice. This looks nice. It looks yeah, really kind of authentic. It's got a lot going on in here. Neat, interesting colors in here too. A little bit different. You got some of the browns, or I'm sorry, not browns, but some of the greens that you'd see on the outer hull. But also does the interior kind of yeah, more of this kind of light beige color, which is really fitting actually for actual tanks in the real world. A lot of those will have a interior color like that. Got our clone chamber in here. We got some shield parts, trauma station, boxes. We got a switch over here. Gonna hit it. What did that do? Did something. Not sure yet what that did. Cool looking cockpit area here. Combat video feed ready. Makes sense. Yeah, and again, the interior is all asymmetrical too, which is I like that. I like that in a lot of these creations, just seeing that asymmetrical approach. You can optimize space that way. There's a lot of parts to that you can put in one of these, and going asymmetrical kind of allows you to lay things out better and get more in the same space that way. Looks like we got our main shield right over here. Some of the shield parts in this area, we'll definitely have to take a look at its shield strength as well. And here's our cockpit. So that's a first-person cockpit, and this is a third-person cockpit. So yeah, you can use either, which is really, really cool. This is a neat setup here. It looks like that's a is that a force field going over the back side of this? Yeah, it certainly looks like that. That's cool. It kind of sticks out, kind of works, so you can kind of see that, like it highlights where the cockpit is. It's a pretty cool idea. Just stuff all over the place. Our main core up on top here. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Cool looking tank. And again, I haven't seen a lot of tanks as of late. I don't think they're a super popular item. I see probably at least 75-80% of the creations I see are CVs. So it is nice to see some other things. In this particular video, there's a bigger mix of creations, which is really cool. So yeah, very, very cool. Let's take a look at some numbers here. Unlock level 20, size class 2, 42 forward, 25 strafing, 42 reverse. Got 6 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks. Running 6 laser cannons, 2 minigun turrets, 2 missile turrets, 2 tank cannons, and long range radar. 3 hour and 31 minute build time. Not so bad on the build time either. Using some Estrum and Zirconium. To be expected, it's pretty much required to build a combat vehicle of any origin. And CPU wise, looks like, yeah, it's not actually going to the full Core 9 setup either. It's actually, yeah, a little under that, about 9,000 under that, which is really cool. So probably only 4 advanced cores instead of 5, I would guess, on here. And let's take a look at the storage. So you got an ammo controller at 13, or well, a little over 13K. Another container controller at a little over 15,000, and a couple boxes in there, and of course our fridge. Got to have the fridge. So yeah, good amount of ammo storage, good amount of extra storage beyond the ammo as well. So just a really, really cool, nice detailed tank. Looks to be quite effective. Of course, there's 2 different kinds of ways you can go about a tank. One, you can, like this one, using a lot of fixed weapons, so you're going to have to manually aim on all your powerful guns over here. Another way to do it is just run all turrets, kind of boring that way. Then you just usually run circles around the POI. So I do kind of like this method of actually having to aim at things when you're playing the game. I think that's just a little more fun to do than just roam around and let the turrets do everything. So yeah, very cool. And again, this asymmetrical setup back here, that looks great as well. One last thing I want to look at is the main menu here. I want to see what our shield strength is. 3320 stock shield. Do have a couple P menu options. Got our exit, hover boost, and target stabilizer. I don't even know what that is. What's a target stabilizer? Is it like... I don't know what that is. That's interesting. I would have to, maybe it's in the workshop description on what that is. I've never seen that. If there's a technology where you can stabilize the target for these like fixed weapons on HV, that I definitely want to know about it. That would be kind of cool, because it's gets a little bouncy running around with these, jumping over rocks and things when you're attacking things. So if there's a way to make that stable. That would be very, very cool. Anyway, again, also awesome creation here. The Gladiator Reforged Eden by Entei. Very, very cool. So next creation here. This is the Xii, or that would be what, 12? Hold on, I got to figure out how to say this word. Kuwagata. So, man, I don't know how to say that. Kuwagata? Kuwagata. And this is by Xenoschitz, or Xenosch. Sorry, I totally butchered all the names right there. I'll try again at the end part of this here. But yeah, this looks like a really cool miner, actually. Very aerodynamic miner. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's a kind of a small aircraft. But this has got to be a HV, right? Yeah, I definitely think this is a HV. Well, I don't know. It's got down thrust on it. What am I looking at here? Oh, well. Oh, duh. You can have SV miners. This is a SV. What am I thinking? Sorry about that. Been a little bit. Yeah, this looks great. I like it. It's a very small creation. I like how it docks to the landing platform over here as well. Got some wings on here. Yeah, definitely an SV. I don't know why I was thinking HV. I guess I seen the mining drills and thought, hey, that must be an HV. No, it's not. It is a flying SV. Do have a Gatling gun in the middle. Also, yeah, some cool looking other decorative pieces on here. Storage controller up top. Our O2. Got a detector right on the side there. I'm just kind of looking around for some hidden compartments or something. That sometimes you do see that on these. So obviously no interior on here, but we do have our cockpit right up front there. Let me get this off the ground a little bit. I want to look at the bottom side here too. So okay, so we got a generator, Wi-Fi, storage controller right over there, a couple air tanks, and then our main core right in the front area here. So yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to break the bank in cost either. So kind of an explorer. Can do some mining with it. And you got your detector. You can shoot up some small targets, maybe a drone here and there or something like that. Yeah, looks real practical. Really curious on its stats. Let's take a look at that. Nice looking color scheme on it as well. So start with unlock level 7, size class 0.24, so really small. 66 forward, 16 strafing, 66 lift, 33 reverse, 33 down. 1 fuel tank, 2 oxygen tanks. Got the 2 mechanical drill modules, the 1 Gatling gun and detector. And oh, check this out. See, this is what a creation like this will shine with. Look at those stats. I mean, that's awesome. All you need is iron, copper, silicon, and carbon. Not very much of any of them. 21 minute and 34 second build time. So you can get this in right away. You would have to be player level 7. But extremely low cost creation here, like a starter creation with kind of a, get around, explore, scope out the map with the detector. You can mine some things and whatnot. Really cool. And look at that CPU. Why it's so low cost is it doesn't need any CPU core blocks in here. It's just, yeah, very, very inexpensive that way, which is really cool. And it's not even using all that. You actually got more CPU, could add more parts to it beyond what's already here. So yeah, really nice setup with that. Storage wise, so we got harvest at 5.5k ammo control. I think this is I'm not sure if this is a box or a controller, but 320 on ammo. Oh, it must be a controller. Yeah, you wouldn't have that much in a box. And then we got a fridge. So yeah, just right to the point. You got your plenty of room for ammo for the Gatling gun. You can mine some things along the way as well, which is really cool. A nice starter creation here. So again, I will try to say the name. Sorry, I really screwed up that name. I just don't quite understand the lettering very well there. But this is the Xii Kuada by Xeno SCH or Xeno Shits. It sounds funky to me. So anyway, very very cool creation here. Definitely like it. Very practical for a game too. So awesome work on that. So the next one here, we got a base. So yeah, again, I like the variety. So we're kind of moving around from CV to an HV to an SV to a base. That's like covering all four different kinds of creations already. So this is the Emerald Outpost by Need More. Yeah, cool looking base. I like the angling structure on it and the striped look to it. I believe the author made a couple other creations now with this general same emerald theme, which looks really cool. I like the choice of colors and the texture lights and things like that going on the base. So yeah, this is definitely kind of a very slopey base here. We do have some solar built into it as well, which is a great option for bases. Looks like we're going to have a way up to the top of it, which looks like a nice landing pad there. Cool looking angles there. It's very very subtle. It's not trying to have a lot of breakups or different things going on in there. And also, it's a little hard to display. Again, a little hard to find a lot of flat land here, but we do have perimeter defense with 4 of these turrets around here too, which are all got a good line of sight, which is going to be great base protection. So they can kind of shoot around most angles of the base here. And hit just about anything that's coming at it from, again, most all angles here. All right, so let me go inside here. I'm going to adjust the lighting here a second. And I'll get out of God mode for this as well. Oh, so nice. So nice big hangar. It looks like we've got yeah, a lot of your production and everything around the area here. So yeah, it looks like it's really set up nicely for gameplay. Let's start for this side here. So we got a couple generators installed there. I like the displays for all these SV, CV parts, ammo. So it's kind of like putting these old school LCDs in by the these are boxes, right? Yeah, I think those are boxes. Yeah. Just yeah, interesting how they're how the boxes are displayed there as well. Well, that's really cool. LCDs over all these boxes here. Some pentaxid, and then the boxes are like color coordinated as well. Yeah, that's very cool. Very cool. Nice storage setup there. And we got our first controller, store 2 over here, and we got munition controller and furnace controller. And back over here, it looks like a location to add a furnace. Or a couple, actually, how many furnaces? Looks like 3 furnaces you can pop in here. You can see that 3x3x3 area for those, which is really cool. And obviously, furnaces are hot if you get really close to them. So you gotta keep the player in range so they can touch on the furnace, but also push them far enough back so they don't get burnt by the furnace, basically. So that was set up very cool there as well. Decon input controller over here. Out in this room, looks like we have places for, I would say, a bunch of deconstructors. Oh wow, what's going on here? Area claim device position. Remove LCD projector first. Oh, okay. There's that other part. Yeah, I think I know what it's talking about. I've never once used it. I'm not sure what it does, but it has a location for that in this particular base, which is really really cool. There's probably a lot to do with like maybe especially if you're going to play on like a PvP server. I bet you that would have a impact there. And we got the materials controller as well. Really cool looking LCD work around here. Places for constructors again. Store 1. And we got a service area. More, bigger, better. Get the light on here. Wow, this actually goes quite a ways. Oh, look at that. It's kind of like gives you access to some of the... oh, you can upgrade the cargo. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So you could, this is probably like a 320K controller now. And if you fill this in, you could probably bring it to 640k. That's a good way to go about that. I like that. It's a well thought out base. It really is. Yep. Very cool. So it looks like it has 3 of those that could probably all be upgraded to 640Ks by simply adding more storage controllers. Or, I'm sorry, cargo extensions. This certainly looks like a place to pop in a part as well. Maybe a taxi tank. Place for a shield over here. Looks like, yeah, a lot of upgrading areas here. We got our solar capacitors up top. Maybe this, yeah, very nice. Very nice. Again, it looks like places that you could put in 1x3 generators if you wanted, or a lot of other parts would fit there as well. Fuel tanks. So yeah, this whole maintenance area certainly does its job, and it kind of loops back out into the hangar area here again. So yeah, basically a hangar base. Yeah, I didn't really see. Let me do one thing. I'm going to go into God mode. I just want to fly upward. Yeah, we do have a second floor up there. I missed an elevator or something somewhere. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll cheat. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I'll have to walk my way down onto here. I want to see how you get up here from the lower floor. So this is really cool. So yeah, we got the whole farming section over here. So it's kind of set up for the Reforge Eat and Grow plots. So it does that as well. So yeah, really, really cool. This is a very practical base with everything in the layout. Looks like it would be nice to do your processing and work with. And then of course you got your farm. Looks like we've got. Oh, this looks really cool. Love the aesthetics here. It's a neat looking setup there. And look at the flooring and stuff in here. It's all like shiny and glossy, and it really goes well with the texture light. Funky shaped entryway, which is really, really cool. Yeah, so we got our hospital station. Got to have that. Wow, there's just this thing's bigger than I thought. I thought it was just that lower area, but man, we're going all over the place now. So we got an AR, armor repair. I would gotta assume that is. And it looks like we go up even more. Oh, this would be to the top landing pad. Yep, makes sense there. And obviously, hold on, let's walk down this way. Oh, a teleporter. Man, the author thought of everything. Like everything you could think of you'd want on a base is here. Now with the farming, teleporter, yeah, that's cool. And it looks like we got a CPU core room, I am guessing. Oh, that's pretty wild. The author did with all this extra like stuff going on, computer text kind of thing, with all the texture lights. Yeah, that looks very cool. So lots of places for CPU core blocks and things like that. Yeah, very, very nice. Autofill docked vessels. Oh yeah, this is probably that scripting. I think the author used this on another creation as well, which is really cool. I still have yet to dig into that, but that's a pretty cool idea. So if you got equipment docked on here, you could have it fill it automatically by running that setup over here. Just basically hitting the switch. Very nice, very nice. All right, so let's get a look at some numbers and things like that. Other than that, it looks like the base is just really, really set up very well for gameplay, from what I can tell. I mean, the way the layout is, and the defenses, all the functionality in here, the furnace upgrade locations, the storage upgrades that you can do on here, which is a really cool option. Looks like we got another maybe even an artillery mount over there or something like that. So yeah, and plus some solar integrated in here too. One last thing I want to do, see if I'm missing anything underneath here, and I don't think so. Looks like it's just kind of built up concrete there to keep everything up off the ground. I want to make sure there wasn't any hidden rooms down there or something like that I might have missed. All right, so stat-wise, oops, get close enough here. So we are unlocked level 10, size class 3. 6 fuel tanks, 4 oxygen tanks. Got 4 minigun turrets. Oh, it does have 2 sentry gun retractables in here too. I did not see those. I was walking around. Uh, Pretty inexpensive. Does not taking anything rare really at all. A little bit of cobalt and titanium, which is easy to find on a starter plan. Other than that, very basic materials in here. 4 hour and 36-minute build time. CPU wise, it's pretty low on CPU as well. So it's not really trying to break the bank. Obviously, there's a lot of places to add CPU and a lot of part upgrades you can put in here that would use more CPU, but the author kept it really inexpensive right off the gates here, which is an awesome idea. People can add in furnaces and constructors and deconstructors and a lot of different things to the space here. Again, nice setup on that. Does not have a shield stock, but it did have a location to add that as well. So you can certainly put that in. Does have some switches for furnaces, constructors, and deconstructors. And let's take a look at its storage as well here. Again, very nicely color-coded and labeled on the storage. All these things take extra work from the author to do, and the author spent the time to just get all this really, really nice, which is great. You got like fridge inputs and outputs. Decon. So decon's a 320. Materials in is a 320. Products out. That is a box there. We got a store 1 at 320. Store 2 at another 320. Munition at 320. And then these guys over here I think are boxes. And a lot of these other ones are probably boxes too, so maybe the furnace N. That's another 320. Yeah, but even the boxes, that's still 16K storage in a base box like that, or a CV box. So yeah, very, very cool base. Well thought out. Really well thought out. The whole thing about it. It's not going to break the bank. It's not using a lot of CPU. A lot of upgrades. Nice layout on the inside for everything, being able to pull in with hangar space and have all your production equipment and all your stuff right around you. And then you've also got the farming, you got some solar. Yeah, well thought out base there. So again, this is the Emerald Outpost by Need More. Very, very cool. So the next creation here is the this crazy looking ship over here. This thing looks really cool. This is the Guillotine Saber 3.0 by Melnix. And wow, look at this son of a gun. Really interesting. So we certainly got our Star Wars wedge-shaped design going on here, but this thing looks brutal. Kind of like the name would suggest it is. Really cool color scheme. So it's kind of got that Star Destroyer shape, but I haven't seen a Star Destroyer look like this before, color-wise and things like that. But this looks really, really cool. Also, I like what the author did with the angling going in here. So this is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, like a 4-to-1 block ratio doing this wedge-shaped design. And of course, you don't have blocks in the game that can pull that off. So the author did this other angled section down in here, kind of in a formation, but that really, it works. It works. It doesn't look like out of place or like choppy, because all these really line up nicely to that 4-to-1 angle ratio, or what would that be, a 12.25 degree angle here. That's a neat way to do it. I haven't seen it done this way before. I've seen it quite a few wedge shape Star Destroyer sort of like creations, but yeah, usually I see the block work done differently on the sides. I really like that. It looks right. It actually kind of gives it the illusion that you're actually looking at a perfect 4-to-1 angle ratio there, which is really cool. And obviously, this thing is certainly a combat-oriented creation here. A huge amount of weaponry on it. Probably built built very tough as well. Just want to make sure I'm looking at what I'm looking at here. Positrons. Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure there's. I think some mining drills can look the same. I didn't think it was mining drills. It certainly looks like a combat ship, but just want to be sure. We got a lot of artillery launchers up on here as well. Again, this wedge-shaped design too, great for line of sight on turrets. You've got bazillions of locations you can stick turrets on here, on different like levels, and it looks like the author marked out a lot of those as well. Um, and they all have a good line of sight going over the side. Like this row can shoot above this row, and so forth. It's just it's a neat, very effective way to do a combat ship in Imperium, especially if you're going to run a lot of turrets and you want them to have their line of sight and things like that. It looks like we got a kind of a midship pilot bridge over here as well. So we do actually have a pilot seat in that area, but there's obviously another one in the far back of the ship. And again, yeah, I love the texture lights and stuff too. It's with the black and the all the like the light blue texture lights. That's a cool looking theme here. This certainly again looks like a Star Destroyer type of creation here. Cool area back over here again. Just, I mean, yeah, you get rid of some of these blocks here, and you could add so many turrets to this thing. I mean, if you really wanted to maximize like every firing location, you could just so many turrets you could put on here. That is a cool looking back area as well. Look at all the glowy pipes going into these thrusters, and that's a different setup here too. These thrusters are kind of like pushed out of the hull entirely, and then connected with some framing and obviously the piping down there. So if they blow up, they're not blowing up inside the ship. They're kind of blowing up out in this area, which isn't going to affect anything. Again, obviously, this thing is, I seriously believe it's for some pretty serious endgame combat in the game. Looks like we're running some pretty good hefty thrusters in here as well. And then on the bottom side, a whole bunch more turret mount positions. And again, like a lot of the decorative stuff here, if that wasn't there, you could add turrets in like every one of those locations. Kind of like you see in between them right now. But I don't even think the game would allow you to add that many turrets on here. So you'd hundreds of turrets probably on this thing. What you could put on it, but I don't think the game can handle that very well. But yeah, definitely a brutal carrier. Now right now I'm actually trying to find a way on board here. Let's check this area. Is this a ramp over here? Yeah, I was kind of half expecting when I first seen it to see like some kind of hanger off the back side of it, but it does not have that. But maybe some other doors in the area. Or maybe I'll just fly into the interior, and it's probably got multiple ways in and out. So here, I'll start somewhere here. Let's go to where I know we have interior space here, and we'll find a way out of it. And let me adjust the lighting as well. Okay, so yeah, oh yeah, look at the interior lighting on here. That's different. Kind of, it really goes with the exterior, kind of almost like a neon kind of blue color, which is really cool. Very well lit in here, I gotta say. Probably a pretty powerful light right there. So yeah, in this kind of midship bridge, we've got quite a few things going on. Oh, and that's how you get in. Duh, I didn't see that. All right, so that's how you get into this area of the ship, at least. So nice, quick in and out from doing things out in space. A utility function in the area. Shower and med bay, O2, armor locker, and fridge. We have a way down, looks like into the ship from there. We'll stop over here at this floor. Interesting how the entire floor is kind of like a elevated catwalk kind of thing, which is really cool here. Again, the lighting's very consistent with the other room. Really easy to see inside this ship, that's for sure. It looks really cool. A lot of texture lights on the interior as well. Yeah, it just has that kind of neon look to it, which is really unique. I like it. And it's clearly easy to see what's going on inside of here, which is awfully nice as well. Looks like we got an area over here, kind of embedded behind the heavy glass. Got our main shield and a bunch of small shield parts in here. Looks like I think that's 8. So all the small shield parts are in there. Ooh, look at that. We got a fusion reactor over on this side. I expected this kind of thing, though. This thing looks like, again, pretty serious endgame ship going on here. Oh, and I didn't, I must have not looked at the top side here. We got this big hangar bay back over here, too. Yeah, kind of right in front of the main bridge in the back of the ship. So, yeah, it definitely does have a hangar. I wasn't sure if it did or not, but I didn't fly up there. But that's cool. Top hangar set up here. Nice looking hangar bay. Yeah, the lighting. Yeah, just the lighting's so unique. Kind of dig it. I really do. Got a warp drive over on this side. Obviously some production. A couple constructors over there. Another O2 area. Cool looking blockwork on the inner hull here. Storage controller. A couple deconstructors. Yeah, this kind of wraps all the way around this area here. More storage controllers. Armor repair and armor locker. And looks like probably a lot of upgrade positions in the inside there for shielding or fusion reactors, things like that. Well, actually, it looks like it's a lot of the stuff's already installed. So yeah, here we got a bunch of medium shield parts. I think all 8 of them, which is the max limit. Pretty wild looking piping section going on through there. Yeah, I get it. It fits with the look. I like the style. It's just different. I don't see much that looks like this. So one thing I just want to see here. Let me take a look at a light here a second. I want to see the settings on the light here. It's not what I expected. For some reason, I thought the intensity was really high intensity, but it has a big radius. It's using that color. But for some reason, I thought it seems very bright in here. And I don't see that many light sources. So I thought these were like super high intensity lights, and they're not. They're actually intensities just at 1. So yeah, it's amazing how that's working out. We got this whole upper deck that kind of goes along here for ways too. We got going on here. Nope. Oh, okay. I probably disabled it. Oh, that gets you down to the Pentaxid tank right below there. I was curious what that was. I wasn't sure if it was like a sneaky way in and out of the ship from the underside or not. But no, Pentaxid tank compartment. Interesting. Alright, so let's take this elevator here. I know I'm out of God mode again, and yeah. Sorry about that. It just, yeah. Okay, so we're to the mid-bridge again. Yeah. Here, I'm going to get back in out of God mode here. We'll walk this area. I want to get to the main bridge, which is probably that elevator I'm seeing in front of me there. And we've got some probably more of the ship back in this general area as well. In fact, where does this door go? I bet you this would be a CPU core area or expandable. Oh, fell off the edge there. Take this up. Okay, so our main the main CPU core blocks are all in this general area here. Main core of the ship. Got a gravity generator in back, teleporter over here, and Wi-Fi. And yeah, this is okay. So this is like a third-person bridge over here, so you don't actually have a window. But I know we do have another bridge up above here. I do suspect as well. So yeah, all your CPU core blocks are down in this area in the main core. Keep that away from the front side of the ship. Oh, this doesn't go upward. I thought these elevators were going to go upward. Okay, so maybe there is a compartment all the way back here that goes... Yeah, there it is. And this would probably go up to the other bridge we've seen from the outside. Yep, there it is. So the rear first-person bridge. Yeah, look how that lights up at night there. Here, let me get back into God mode, take a good look at this in the dark as well. So yeah, wow. Really cool ship. Really cool ship. Huge amount of firepower And obvious, you could up it by a lot. I'm sure the author, obviously had to leave a lot of the turrets off, potential turret locations, as you're probably just going to run out of CPU eventually. But yeah, it certainly looks like it's going to do a good job here. One last thing, because of the origin of being a combat ship, did want to take a look at some blocks in here, see what's going on the inner hull. So we got some generator decoys. So it does look like it's mostly built of steel in here, which is fine. Kind of a decoy generator in this area. Oh no, we got some. Oh, these are steel as well. Certainly look like combat steel, but just a lot. Oh, we got solar in here. Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay, yeah, a bunch of solar panels. So yeah, solar assisted as well, which is a great option if you got the space to put all the solar panels. And then we finally get into the front of the ship. So about at this area forward is all stuff kind of meant to be blown up, pretty much. Well, maybe not the solar panels, but obviously it's not going to shut down your ship operations if the solar panels were destroyed. So anyway, let's take a look at some numbers here. So unlock level 25, size class 13, 62 forward, 37 strafing, 62 lift, 50 reverse, 50 down. We got 48 fuel tanks, 8 oxygen tanks, quite a barrage of weaponry on here stock. Looks like it's just using the baseline level of a lot of the guns, so I'm not seeing like the advanced versions of some of these. It does have a drill turret on here too, so it can do some mining. We got a detector. We also have a multi-turret for some salvaging, and we do have the long-range radar as well. 31 hour and 24-minute build time. It's weird, Sentinel flak turret. That's like seems like a separate piece you got to build first and put it in the creation there. We got a crew member. And obviously we're running some fusion reactors in here as well, so that's where these parts come into play at. Yeah, where the type of endgame combat ship this is, it is going to use a fair amount of estrum and zacosium there, and it does. But you would expect nothing less than that on this. CPU-wise, certainly going to need some additional quantum auxiliary CPU or other CPU means to get this up to spec there. But, again, with this kind of ship and running fusion reactors and all those guns and everything else going on, every ship's going to need a lot more stuff in there, or CPU. We got an ammo, storage-wise, we got, looks like 4 ammo controllers, all hitting 320, it looks like, which is really cool. Again, a great option for this ship specifically. It's got a lot of potential places for weapons, and a lot of weapons already stock. 2 640 controllers here. And then we got a couple harvest controllers in here as well. A couple 320s. So yeah, nice setup here. So you got, focus on ammo, and then you've got 2 640s for storage and 2 320s for harvest as well. So yeah, you can go around salvage stuff that you've blown up and whatnot. And yeah, very cool. Definitely like the ship. It's neat looking design, and that 4-to-1 angle gives it quite the wedge shape going on here, which is really cool. And it's just, again, really interesting how the author did that. Looks really good. Lines all these pieces up as defying the game blocks, but it's a bit of an illusion, but it's really cool the way that was done. So awesome work again on this one. This is the Guillotine Saber 3.0 by Melnix. Very cool. All right, so what do I got here next? So we got the Ananta by Willie H, and that is what this one is over here. So this is a vanilla creation. So I am in Reforged Eden, so we'll try to compensate for the stats here a little bit. This is probably going to be running 4 advanced CPU cores, which would bring it to 10 million CPU in vanilla. But that's a cool looking hull. I like that. It's yeah, cool breakups. Look at the block work here. I like this idea with the big shapes, kind of like the armor plating going over the ship. And then you got these very distinct breakups between the hull plating, and then of course the like the other color and the technical part kind of running through the middle of all this. Really cool design there. This is a neat looking angle going on here too. I like that. On the inside of that, look at that. It's all like your big piping kind of going through there, which is really cool to see as well on the underneath. Yeah, nice. I like the subtle stuff going on here. Love these angles. And we see some kind of more of that on the more busy work underneath the armor, which is again a great look. Yeah, check that out. We definitely running some retractable turrets in here. Quite a lot of them, pretty much throughout the whole top side of the ship here. We do have a landing pad kind of built in the middle. It does have a repair bay in that as well. And oh, look at the guns popping out over here. Nice. So obviously way into the ship. I'm confused at this. So I do believe this is a player ship, but these look. Well, wait a minute. Let's get my terminal. What are we looking at here? Drone bay. Okay. So it's gonna have one of the big drone bays in it too. Interesting. So these are the spawners for the drones, and it's not a POI. So yeah, that's cool. That's just it's a ship type I have not built myself yet, so I was a little confused at what I was looking at here, but makes a lot of sense now. And we got a bridge kind of in that general area there. Take a quick look around the bottom side here. It looks like it's got kind of like some different framing and plating blocks in various areas here. More retractable turrets. Very cool. Alright, so which way should I enter the ship? Let's see if it, oh yeah, well, let's just go in one of the hangar bays here. Again, the really cool angles and blockwork shaping. I like the big shapes. I like the breakups between the big shapes. I think everything looks really good that way. So let's get aboard. Just lightening here a little bit, and I'll get on a God mode here again. I walked through the ramp. Oh, there's no ramp in the middle. There we go. That is something the game needs. On these largest ramp size pieces, it's missing the single block one, which will really screw you up. If you use these, if it doesn't space out right. Oh, wait a minute. No, it does have that. This must not be the largest one. The largest ramp piece, there is a particular part that is missing in the game. But it's actually here, isn't it? It just didn't open. Alright, okay, never mind. Well, I like the hangar. It's got that kind of silver gray look here. Clean. Cool looking LCDs. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, that's neat. Kind of the top-down profile and directory of level 1 and level 0 of the ship here on where everything is. Oh, that's cool. That looks really sharp too, by the way. Nice work on the LCD there. I am curious if some people are doing these like manually, or they're using the extra software that was made to do the LCDs. What am I doing? I just wanted to see this. I was trying to touch on the LCD. I guess, oh yeah, duh. I'd have to find the sensor somewhere. I like the pipe work along the ceiling. Color breakups and things like that. Oh, this is interesting too. So it kind of walks. How is this done? What is going on here? Okay, so so elevated floor starts here. I was wondering how that was lining up, and then it kind of walks down back to the normal floor height here. Okay, makes sense. Got a farming section over here. Looks like 18 grow plots. Got our lights, switches for our grow lights over there. And it looks like we've got a medical bay right along the back side of the hangar here. Oh, and our shield's in there as well. I like the glass around the room here. Elevator going up to level 1 probably. And yeah, big production area over here. Even these are on switches there, very clearly indicated on what those switches are doing with the stripe there. Very cool. So a couple constructors, armor repair, quite a few cargo boxes, and storage controllers. Take a look at the hangar area here. Got some fuel, I think fuel or O2 in the walls back here. And oh yeah, big opening on the back side of the ship here to bring in the HVs and whatnot. Kind of a double door hangar setup, which is a really nice option. Keeps that slanted hangar door going on, looking cool, but also functional. Gravity generator back in that area, and these really cool looking LCDs here for the ship here. And it's just a cool looking layout of a ship as well. Did I miss something up here or not? I thought I'd just double check. Let's go this way. So we got our main core right over there. Oh. Cute little LCD in front of there that kind of appears when you get close to the core. Very nice, very nice. Got our 4 advanced CPU cores over here. Again, remember this is a vanilla creation, so we're not going to be seeing RE shield parts or fusion reactors or that kind of thing in this ship. And it looks like the ship does stop right here. So at the front part of the hangar, it does not look like there's any passageways going more that direction. So I think I would need to go up the elevator here at this point, one of them. And yeah, a little bit kind of asymmetrically done too, where we have hydroponics on this side, and then we have our core room on that side. Nice mezzanine kind of coming off the hangar there. And oh, where are we going now? Kind of like a big open room over here for the big drone part, which is gigantic. Yeah, so that's where you can kind of gain access to the this probably the biggest part in the game by a long shot. The enormous SV constructor, which serves as a drone bay. So that's what's going on there. We got some. Oh, look at that. We got some generators in here too. So let's see. Yeah, pretty interesting setup on how it's set up to be kind of a drone ship. It's really cool the way it's done too. And obviously, I mean, this part is so gigantic. You gotta have a pretty big ship to even fit that in there. And this is doing a nice job with it. So yeah, very, very cool looking ship here. I think I'm missing more though. I haven't been to a bridge yet, I don't believe. Here, let me get back into God mode. Yeah, there's a lot more going on upstairs here. Well, how do we get there? Probably these side elevators, or this one. Alright. So over here, we got our officers' quarters. Nice looking room over here. Got the bathroom on the side over there. And oh, even got some like louvered windows over here. Very cool. Let's take this way. Utility bay over here, and then we get to the bridge. Behind a blast door right there. Pilot's quarters. Figure I'd check that out real quick here too. So yeah, oh, that's cool looking. Got the same thing with the louvered windows outside there. I like that. I like the restroom sign there. So yeah, more of a room designed for several people rather than a single person. Quite a few bunk beds in there. Again, I like the asymmetrical setup here too, where it's not the same as the other side. Makes it really cool, more interesting to walk through. And it looks like in here we've got just kind of a computer control room over here. We got our warp drive off to the side here, behind some heavy glass, detector, armor locker, And then that obviously is going to go up to the bridge. Just want to see what's over in here. Ah, teleporter room. Step on the teleporter to activate it. Yep, makes sense. Really good. You know, all the ships I've looked at, I usually check this out when I see a teleporter. I always try to walk on it. If you don't have some kind of power control to the teleporter, it just drains energy from your ship. So one of the best ways to do it is to have a sensor somewhere here, like right above it. Just so as soon as you walk on this thing, it activates it, and as soon as you are away from it, it turns it off again. Great way to do it so you don't have your ship wasting a lot of power, because those are actually pretty power intensive when they're on. Oh, that's a killer looking display here. I love this too. Really cool LCD working here. That's neat. Yeah, dig it. That looks great. And we got a different one over on this side here too. Very nice. I love it when you the authors, and it's hard to do with the CV blocks because they're gigantic, but just, you know, running this 45-degree angle block and then tilting the LCD above it, and also the LCD is taller than it is wide in this case to kind of fit on there good. That looks really nice. Really nice looking display. And we get up into the bridge here. A couple passenger seats. Oh, that's trippy. So, oh, look at that. LCD kind of placed on this particular part, which kind of makes like a pretty interesting looking like display screen going on there. That's neat. That's neat. And it kind of really kind of blends in a lot with what's going on over here as well, with the actual graphics that are on this particular part. Huh, that's cool. Got this fancy animated piece over here as well. I definitely like it. Definitely like it. Just kind of curious. Okay, so in the blast door. Yeah, very nice ship. Obviously, again, this is vanilla, so the stats I'm going to look at are going to be a little wonky, but please understand it's going to have 10 million CPU. It's going to be totally cool with CPU, and you're probably going to have at least around double the thruster performance of what is being shown here, because Rf4 Eden thrusters operate much slower. So kind of disregard this. This is probably going to actually be moving around 60 and 40 on these different angles here, rather than what you're seeing here. So that's kind of unimportant looking at it right now. But yeah, it'll make sense. I don't know if I make sense. What did I just say? Oh my goodness! I'm trying to analyze what I just said, and I was like, that made no sense at all. Anyway, it's going to move much better than what you see here because it is a vanilla creation and it's set up for vanilla. Size class 5.5, 20 fuel tanks, 14 oxygen tanks. Quite a barrage of weaponry on here right off the gates, which is yeah. So a lot of stuff, plus the entire drone setup there with the drone spawners, 25-hour and 39-minute build time. Use a fair amount of estrium and zirconium, but again, you know, it's a pretty high-end ship here too. It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of weaponry. CPU-wise, again, it's going to have 10 million CPU. It will absolutely fit within that 10 million CPU with what's on here. So I don't kind of disregard this as well. Storage-wise, what do we got going on here? Let's see, regular controllers. We got a 320 here. It looks like two 320 ammo controllers. Another 320 for ore. And I think these are boxes over here. Yeah. So it looks like about, what do we see? About a total of 4 320s built in here. That's one of the things that's different with vanilla and Rf4 Eden 2 is vanilla charges a whole lot more for storage, CPU-wise, than Rf4 Eden. But then vanilla, you know, you can get a lot more CPU with just 4 advanced cores over Rf4 Eden. So it's just a weird balance. Some differences there. But yeah, very, very cool ship. I love the shape, the design, all the work in the LCD, the subtle details, all kinds of stuff. You know, I did not come down in through wherever this is, but yes, it's right on the other side of the bridge. makes sense here too. I was wondering if there's a quick way into the bridge or not. I didn't turn this direction, so yeah, you can fly right in there, right up into the bridge. Great idea again. So yeah, again, awesome work. The Ananta by Willie H. Very, very cool ship. So the next one here, I got to figure out which one I'm looking at. I think it is this guy over here. There's quite a few ships, and I wanted to get the names right here. Yeah, there it is. So this is obviously the Sparfel by Severoth. Severoth. And I think it might have ran out of gas. So let me get some fuel in there. And yeah, very cool looking, again, a SV here. Looks like a kind of a small compact fighter SV. A lot of wing pieces on here. Really cool looking design here. Got some neat texture lights. You got our spotlight on the front. Looks like we're running some, what are these, railguns? Yeah, railguns on the side here. A couple of rocket turrets, or I'm not turrets, launchers over there. And it's probably what, plasma or laser? Oops, sorry, wrong button. Yeah, laser cannons there. So it makes sense. Take down the shield, blast the hull. You got some rail guns as well. You can see where you're going with the spotlight up there, and yeah, probably an armored cockpit. I'm probably guessing, or maybe not. See what that is too. I should just keep this open here. So 875. So I think that's an armored cockpit, is it? Or maybe not. I'm not sure. It's quite a lot of hit points for wait a minute. What am I even looking at? You are SV, right? Yeah, you got to be an SV. Yeah, all the wings. Man, I am so confused today, guys. I apologize. I feel like I'm half out of it for some odd reason, and I don't know exactly why. I'm confusing myself over things that are not confusing. One of those things. But anyway, yeah, this is a very cool looking SV as well. Some enormous forward thrust on here, too. That's a cool looking design on there. But yeah, look at the big thrusters. I notice they go all the way up to almost, well, not quite the front of the ship, but all the way to the back of the ship as well. A lot of detail things going on here. Let me get the lights on too so we can see this a little bit better here. It's actually embracing some of the carbon texture on here too. You don't see that too much. It's not that bad of a looking texture, but I always feel compelled to paint over it because it's like the stock texture. But no, it's actually pretty cool. And yeah, interesting wing design here too. So it kind of rests on these back wings, and then we've got a landing gear coming down here. We do see the warp drive from underneath as well. So it is a warp capable SV. Yeah, kind of a combat SV. These wing parts typically do have a lot of hit points versus a standard SV block as well. I think so, yeah. If we look at our blocks, there's not a lot of blocks on here. It's a lot of other things, but there's not actually that many native blocks on here. Like you can see, like there's probably like some of these steel blocks and stuff, or maybe that's carbon. But yeah, very low hit points on those versus the wing pieces. So that the wing's kind of going to serve as a lot of the ship's armor, essentially. Yeah, very, very cool. Oh, we got that bottom spotlight in there too. And obviously warp. I did want to see if it has a shield on here too. It does have a shield, 1390 on the shield. So anyway, let's look at some numbers here. So unlock level 20, size class 1. Again, huge forward thrust on here, 177 forward, 25 strafing, 43 lift, 17 down, 40 reverse. Got 2 fuel tanks. Does not have any oxygen tanks in here, so if a really easy addition. But if you did have an oxygen tank, it would make this cockpit have oxygen in it. So if you're flying, and if it has oxygen in it, that means if you were, it would also balance the temperature. So if you were out in a really cold planet, you would be okay. or same thing with a super warm planet, you wouldn't fry inside the cockpit. But all that really needs is just an oxygen tank, and that should just work. Um, but it works the way it is as well. And obviously you have a space suit as well. So if you're not flying around a super hostile uh, environment, should be just fine. But yeah, it's just something to know. Let's take a look at the storage on here. We got an ammo controller at 125. Container controller at 125. Then we have a fridge and Pentaxia tank in there. So obviously it does have the warp drive. It does have a shield as well. So yeah, just a nice, pretty exotic looking SV. Kind of using wing parts as part of its strategy for defense and things like that, which is really cool because they do have a lot more hit points, and they're kind of covering up a lot of parts of the ship here. So again, very very cool. So this is the Sparfel by Severoth. Very, very cool. So the last creation today here, this is the Explorer by Amadeus 66366. And Explorer is spelled without the E in it. So it's just X and then Plorer. So yeah, this looks really cool. I seen this in new releases. I figured out check it out. I like the color scheme on it, kind of this red and gray. Looks like we have a bridge right up front here. Quite a lot of retractable fixed weapons on here as well, at least on the sides here. See what's going on with that. So advanced laser cannons there. And we got some side mount, a lot of turrets on here as well, or quite a few. And we definitely have a hangar on the backside as well. Kind of looks like a pretty practical kind of, the kind of ship that I would use in a game as well too. Yeah, very very cool. So we got the hangar back over there. Quite a lot of weaponry. Looks like we do have a landing pad up top over here. Looks like a way into the ship right in that location, which is probably, yeah, nice and convenient there. I like the red accents on here as well, and the red colored thrusters in the mix. And a whole lot of turrets and things on the bottom side as well. Looks like it's using a lot of these smaller thrusters, but quite a few kind of distributed throughout the creation here. A little bit beefier thrusters on the going forward. Adjust the lighting here. We'll get aboard. Oh, very nice. So yeah, coming into the hangar here. I love that sloped ceiling on there. Didn't expect that. Very cool to see. It looks nice and cool with the texture lights and following that kind of curve pattern around there. And on the sides, obviously, you can see a warp drive up through the window there. And we're seeing looks like a gravity generator and the main shield right over in that section. We got a teleport in the corner here. Set up on a sensor nicely. Armor repair there. Yeah, very nice, very nice. I like the looks of the hangar too. Lit up nicely. Let's go straight this way first. So it looks like right off from there we got a production room, a couple advanced constructors and storage controllers, and O2 and an armor locker. Then we got our med bay right beyond that. Again, really set up for gameplay here. It looked like it, just the general shape of it. It reminds me of like a couple things I built in the past. The way the ship layout was kind of like on some other creations. So it's really cool to see. Got generator behind the heavy glass over on either side of this room. So a pretty big generator. And of course the full medical bay plus the fridge and food processor. And then we get, walking straight forward here. Really easy layout on here too. Obviously it does have an upstairs as well, but straight on through to the bridge area here. Cool looking glass canopy in front of the bridge. A couple passenger seats. Landing mode off. All thrusters are active. Ramps and hangar door are closed. Okay. We got a little option with that. So it kind of opens up everything, so you don't have to mess with opening and closing the doors if you're just going to park it on the planet or someplace for a while. And you got to have your like living room area over on the side here and bedroom too. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. And then let me guess, this is a quick way in aboard. Yep, a front ramp area there. And here, let's get back, I think, all the way through to the elevator here. Let's go up. Oh, and it doesn't have a second floor up here. We're right out to the top of the ship here. Okay. So just a single deck kind of running through there, except for the landing pad area here. And it looks like it's just set up for easy, everything's convenient. Drive in, move forward to do some production, heal up, and then hop on the bridge. Yeah, very, very nice setup on it. Just to the point. Again, pretty beefy though, with the weaponry and things like that on it. So let's take a look at some numbers here. So unlock level 25, size class 2, 18 forward. Wait a minute. I think we've got some things off, so I'm going to turn some things on here. Let's get back here. 36 forward, 6 strafing, 29 lift, 16 reverse, 11 down, 6 fuel tanks, 4 oxygen tanks, 10 hour and 55 minute build time. Using a little bit of Estrium and Zacosium. Quite a barrage of stock weaponry on here as well. CPU wise, would that be 4 advanced? Is this a vanilla creation? Again, it might be. Let me take a look at something here. Core systems. No. Well, yeah, I think it is. I think this is a vanilla creation again, and it would have 2 improved CPU cores. So kind of a lower tier. I don't think all those guns would fit with that though. So I'm not exactly sure on the CPU here. I didn't see walking through here any specific Reforged Eden parts, and it is running 2 improved cores, and that might work out. It seems like I don't think you could handle this much guns and things and parts on a ship with 2 improved cores even in vanilla, but I could be mistaken on that. So maybe it is set up for that, or maybe it's just kind of set up to add some more cores, and the cost was kept lower by not having like the advanced cores and the 4 advanced cores in it. The thrusters are all mostly pretty small though, so there are not a lot of CPU on these thrusters, but the guns and stuff I think would just take up quite a bit there. I'm not sure how that's set up, or maybe it just not using CPU, but I'm probably getting something wrong. Please correct me, so everyone knows the correct answer on this one. I'm just taking a wild guess here, trying to figure out how it's configured and what it's for. And honestly, I'd probably say it is a vanilla ship as well. It's just I don't think you could pull that many guns and things on a vanilla ship with 2 improved cores only. I don't think that would work out. I've tried, I think, before. It's pretty limiting. But man, I could be wrong too. Again, it's saving a lot of CPU on thrusters because of these small thrusters. They don't consume a lot of CPU like a lot of the other ships would. So yeah, very cool. Let's take a look at some storage on here as well. There we are. So we got a harvest controller at 320K, ammo controller at 72K, regular container controller at 323K, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's about it. What's just a good amount for what you'd want on here. Yeah, very cool ship here. It looks again practical for gameplay. It does a lot of things with production, storage. You got the place to land something up top, plus your hangar space. Very nice. So again, this is the Explorer by Amadeus 66366. Very cool. And that is all the creations again today. And look at all this stuff. You guys been really, really busy. A lot of very cool creations. some innovations again, different stuff that you don't see. Great big old hangar, crazy in-game uh, battleship kind of thing, Star Destroyer with an unusual color scheme when that looks really cool. And again, I gotta highlight the block work on the side here. That works. That works. It really creates a 4 to 1 degree angle there. That is probably very innovative there. Anyway, you all have yourself a great day, and I will talk to you later.